Shit, what happened? Metatron, one of our allies, just disappeared, and from how Match is doing, it's not going well. Meanwhile, the judge, the other Metatron, is unharmed. Match coming to our aid made the battle even. Now, I shouldn't go that far, but at the very least, we won't die right now, I think. Now it's all down to whether or not Judge will calm down and continue the trial. And Kotamini Kiri, who caused all of this. Doesn't seem to care in the slightest. He caused this, man. I need to clear __. This was inevitable, for as long as the trial is ran course. She was hostile towards your group from the very beginning. Young Sei. So does this count as him helping us out? Basically, do I have to feel gratitude toward this bastard? From the bottom of my heart, I refuse to. You see how you're very grateful to me, you are __. Like how I am. Excuse me, I lost my temper. Master, Metatron, the one on our side has fully vanished. I can't sense her magic energy anymore. She has not vanished, Magia. She was always supposed to be one. And that was always her intent, I imagine. So you mean Metatron? So the reason Kim was all along was so she could do that. I asked a question, should we consider this as the tide turning in our favor? For example, by the judge coming around to our side. Do you really think that would happen? I would simply regain my former fairness and composure. So that even with passion raging in my heart, I will be able to continue this trial fairly. Magia, you on the other hand, have no need of it. Fairness is the quality of those who judge, not something suited for you. It's about to protect a single person. Metatron. I'm the judge. Now let's continue this trial. But first we should take a breather. I'm sure you have things you would like to discuss, regardless. Defense Council and Council for the planet is acceptable. Defense Council accepts the proposal. Council for Planet accepts the proposal. Good, with that, court is now in recess. Allow me to once more announce Magia has returned. Once more, welcome back, Mash. Yes, unfortunately you're safe and sound, Master. It's about Metatron. She did what she had to. I'm sure she's satisfied with that. Also, ever since our Metatron disappeared, the presiding judge has started acting strangely. It's almost as if... Yeah, though I doubt she becomes our ally. Her blatant hostility from before has subsided, if anything. Which means... I can imagine what you're thinking right now. Or we can. But mentioning it is in poor taste, as sleeping as they are. At the very least, I don't think it's appropriate that we keep embracing the sorrow of lost forever. In any event, welcome back, Mash. I must say, you were a great help. We owe you our lives. Sure enough, thanks, Mash. You saved us countless times, so maybe my thanks comes a bit late. No, don't worry. Let's put us happy reunions and sad partings behind us for a bit. The most pressing issue should come first. Very true, I'm sure everyone here has something they're curious about. Yeah, let's start there. I concur. I see, given that I just got here, I don't really get it, but I'll leave it to everyone else. So what exactly were we so curious about? It is you. Oh, of course, but if I'm being honest, I don't understand it well myself. Shooter Paladin. Paladin basic needs. Cool. I mean, sure, but no, though, yeah. I obviously think it's cool sounding too. What's important is that so far not a single other servant has qualified for this class. And if there was one, it's probably only be Galahad, who was worthy of such a class. Don't tell me that you run into Galahad. No, that's not what happened. I met some nostalgic people at the far ends of the tree. I don't feel any problems with your sync graph then. I feel better than I had before, and as you see, my shield has returned to normal. I see. It was clearly changed a whole lot. Habitat's sync graph is also safe inside the shield, though she's been badly injured and can only stay in a grounded state. But her life is not in danger, that much is certain. There's nobody as dependable as my Kohai. Thank you, Master, and also leave this to me. I have something I want, and to get it, I swear I won't hesitate to hurt her. The trial will recommence. Prosecution and defense may begin. No problems. We have no issue either. Very well then, I will once again state the current point of contention. Prosecutor Kotsumi standing in the plaintiff has indicated that pan-human history has committed a crime. Objection. This is whether a crime has been committed or not is not yet decided, but it is fact that Kyoto erased the lost bells. However, defendant side, Kyoto argues that this was committed by only other extremists. As they had no choice but to erase the lost bells to save the 7 billion lives of pan-human history. If extremists can be proven, they will naturally be let off as innocent. May I be allowed to speak first, Your Honor? Extremist interesting, I understand. Indeed, what Kyoto is asserting might be true. What? Did he compromise? No, not quite. In which case, I would like to cross-examine a witness, called the exempless. You would take the stand. What? Hold up. Non-nuclear mash. Cal exempless to the witness stand. Yeah, do your best. Now I would like to question Cadet exemplus. Can Cadet actions be described as extremists? Do you claim they destroyed Lost out of a will to prevent their own demise? I do. At the very least, I can say beyond a shadow of doubt that pan-human history would have been doomed had Cadet not done anything. If so, the revolting massacre committed at Korea by the Grand Duke Anastasia, Nikolai Romanova, and by extension, the Russian lost vote would have been considered justified, would it not? And naturally, you are complete in that slaughter. This chapter is quite short though. I felt strangely sentiment after having come from the Russian lost boat to Korea, using McNamara's power. A very Magus-like emotion. I didn't think you would come along. Weren't the people here your co-worker? Yeah, and that's why I felt I had to come. Why? I suppose it's a gesture of determination if I waver here. Then how would I ever be able to turn against the other characters? I see. Besides, even you would weaken if your master was too far away. Is it best that I stay close as possible? My, so you're saying you wanted to be by my side? That's not what I meant. That was a joke. What you say is right, but may I interject on one point? What? I have a bit of a shy side, so could you wait here for me? Huh? Being seen in battle would sully my regal grace. Please remain here. Well, if you insist, I don't push your mind. Thank you, I'll be on my way then. Chaldeus will be frozen, as I had been ordered. And with that, she took her leave. I wonder if she really did think it was solely her grace, or if she was just looking out for me. At the time, I had just summoned her, so it was difficult for me to tell. Either way, I never entered Chaldea. I simply waited, left standing in the raging blizzard. The staff of Chaldea or Maki, surely they must have anticipated that something like this could happen. That something standing above any nation could suddenly come to despoil them. I could never say or never think that it's not my fault. It's what transpired here. It's our sin. Even if it's unavoidable, and even if I couldn't have stopped it. Anastasia. Oh. Objection! Conduct participation in the massacre is unrelated to Chaldea's case. That won't cut it. Consider that, although Kadoka is a human being from pan-human history, it is known that he was the master of Anastasia, a servant from the Russian lost boat. Ergo, it would be right to assume he had a motive to benefit the Russian lost boat through his action. Then if Chaldea is an organization meant to create a better future as they claim to be, it stands to reason that the sin Kadoka bears weighs heavy. We could even consider him complete in the bleaching phenomenon, the genocide of 7 billion people. He's right, I agree, perfectly logical. Yeah, has even me, the witness, convinced, one smooth talker. Think what kind of conclusion is Kotomi trying to lure us towards. Conversely, if Kadoka is innocent as you currently claim, then that would mean the Russian lost boat is a world that deserved to survive. Would that not lead us to the conclusion that Chaldea is evil and deserved to perish? Objection wouldn't. I hear your honor opinion. Let's see. JP-rKyECtnz. Did you, a person of pan-human history, facilitate Chaldea's massacre in any way? Do you claim the Russian lost boat's actions to be justified? Think long and well before you answer. Already, Dante, can you see where it is going? Yes, if what Anastasia did to Chaldea is justified, it's naturally must because Chaldea is evil. It's the same kind of logic people use to claim that there's nothing wrong with executing terrorists. And on the other hand, if it's wrong, Kadoka will have to answer the accusation of complete city in the massacre. The Russian lost boat slaughter of Chaldea and Chaldea's battle against the lost boat. Two separate cases, at least on paper, but to JP-rKyECtnz. It's a major issue that he belongs on both pan-human histories and Russian lost boat sides. Anastasia and the Operniki invade Chaldea and massacre them. Acknowledging their lost boat action as justified compromise Chaldea's own position. How so? Think of it like this. If there were clear and valid reasons to destroy Chaldea, in that case, what you did to the 7 lost boat was vicious genocide, not an extremist. After all, the pan-human Zadok exemplars chose to side with the Russian lost boat. Prosecutor Kotomi claimed would solidify the judge's preconceptions. On the flip side, if it was the Russian lost boat that committed genocide, JP-rKyECtnz is a key figure in it. He will be held responsible, but we can turn this logic into our advantage. Objection. Kadoka may be a person of interest, but he was merely following orders. Was it not of his own will that JP-rKyECtnz chose to comply with his orders? The one who ordered the massacre certainly sinned, but so too did the one who carried it out. That of course would not apply if his lives were at risk. If he was friend, that is a different story. JP-rKyECtnz, was your life at risk? For instance, would the alien god have caused your death had you refused to massacre Chaldea? Refusing orders from a tyrant can be considered endangerment of one's life, which opens room for mercy, in my opinion. I don't know. I haven't even considered what would have happened if I said no. Understood, then I must conclude that you took the initiative. I wish I could guide the judge to the conclusion that he was under duress. Prosecutor Kotomi saw it coming and outplayed us. God, my brain is starting to boil. But the Russian lost boat action deemed a massacre, as is Chaldea's claim. Then Kadoka is guilty. If they should claim it was not a massacre, then Kadoka is innocent. Provided the attack on Chaldea had just cause. The grounds of defense to appeal, that being the plank of carronades, must then be reconsidered. Hello. Mysterious. Must be then reconsidered. The prosecutor has forced the dilemma onto us. Chose between Kadok or Karia. No, I don't think that's it. Abandoning Kadok is the only viable move for us. One could even argue that Karia only turned to terrorism, or being aware of how doomed they were. The sins of Kadok and these two factions are closely interlinked. Objection. Kadok's sins are unrelated to the questions of whether Karia is justified. I concur with Marty's defense. What makes those two related? Easy. Can you imagine a situation in which both Karia is unjustified and Kadok is guilty? You cannot. That's because Kadok knows Karia as well. I concur. Your Honor, I would like to hear your impression of Kadok. Is it so righteous? So, wait, no. Let me see, he has some righteousness in him. He sounds of mine. His hands were very solely in the past, but charms him in his dream. You are reading my soul. That's nothing special. You can find pure and tainted evildoers as well as saints covered in filth. But it does serve as a guiding light, Kadok's Zemblis. Your soul couldn't be healthier. Then here's my question to all present. Is it Karia or Kadok who must answer for their sins? If you find it difficult to answer, then allow me. The Russian law's action was not a massacre. I told you he wasn't giving us a choice. Wait, but like you said before, Kadok can prove Karia is right, and if he does, the Russian law's action was perfectly logical. They will experience the doom that comes to mistaken histories, so this time they kill first. Unraveling the lost about history comes as no surprise at the very least. That must have been a staged train of thought. But that's not it, neither me or Kessler ever. With her and the Russian lost boats already erased, we can merely speculate. Indeed, Grand Duke Anastasia's revenge was justified. It was retribution against the sinister Karia. Such as Kotsumi Kiri's direct eyewitness account is reliable testimony. Damn him. And considering Karia not as a world-saving organization, but as a lost boat ending terrorist faction, it's only logical to conclude they are sinful as the late pan-human history, deserving punishment. Refrain from direct insults, prosecutor. But your logic is sound. The question now is whether Karia really is sinister of organization as to deserve its demise. Kadok's exemplary sanity proven. That will give us the answer. Then tell us, Kadok, is Karia righteous? Of course, Karia is righteous. Your Honor. You lied. How strange. You are aware that Karia is unjustified. Your heart knows it. Deep inside. No, that can't be. Wait, can it? Do I really believe Karia is righteous? I only think Yuki and Mash are. Only the current survivors. Do I not think the same about the original Karia? You know what that means. Your attack on Karia was justified. Then why is Kadok currently affiliated with Karia? There's nothing strange about it. It's because Kadok is not evil enough to leave Yuki and Mash curate two innocent Karia associates unattended. Oh, for us. Are you concerned about their future, Kadok Zemblis? Trust me there. I would not do you any harm. As Rika has asked you free to give it up on pan-human history. We're losing heart. So far, Karia has been practically someone else with Mash and her master. In our minds, Kai's being guilty necessarily meant his master was also guilty. But prosecutor Kotsumi arguments have cut that relation good. We didn't consider Karia's secrets as relevant to our defense. But if Kadok harbors suspicions for Karia, the judge would deem Karia as evil. That being checkmate for us. To avert that, we need at minimum a witness account from the Russian lost boat. Specifically when confirming Karia as the victim and the Russian lost boat as the aggressor. If they're not the injured party, all the later battle against the lost boat will come into question. That must be the judge's opinion, but but cutoff testimony doesn't suffice to make us the injured party. His affiliation with Chaldea is the reason he can't claim Chaldea was on the side of justice. Think, James, think. Who testimony can convince her the Western Lost Boat was a pack of barbaric murders? What do you have to say, cutoff Xemplus? I believe... What am I supposed to do? There's a wolf standing alone in the plains, buffeted by the raging blizzard. When you look at that, my own testimony won't even have any effect. Hell yes, I'll be able to live on. No, how could I ever feel like that? Now what do I do? If you take it to extreme, life is basically one long repetition of that question. What do I choose? What do I hold on to? And finally, what do I let go of? I've always wanted to answer that the best way possible, living the best life possible. But things don't work out the way you want, and that's life. In the end, you will have life chosen for you. So it would seem Panhuman history will perish, and I will remain. But you cannot stop it, no matter Kotomi Kyrie aims, his logic is sound. So what do I do? Should I just give up on them and live on my own? That is no different from death itself. Your body might remain, but your soul would die. I can imagine, and I have no intention of living a dead life. Let me walk for a bit. You should already know how to fix this. Yeah. A stronger testimony, a person capable of uttering words, surpassing those of Kotomi Kyrie. Not someone like you, who was a mere observer at the time, but her who carried it out. The dead cannot come back to life. The same goes for servants. Even if by some miracle you could summon her again, that would be a different her, ignorant of the massacre. Perhaps she would know of it as a record in her, but that would probably serve as a weak testimony. Either way, summoning is impossible. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, basically. In which case, an even greater miracle is required. One which can reproduce my companion as she was there on that date at that time. Obviously, that's just asking too much. Basically, the two options are either die or achieve your goal before you die. The choice is yours, cut off. Oh, I get it. That's what you meant, David. Do you realize now? Who went after being given this many hints? Then you're okay with it. With what? You will become existence who may as well be dead. In fact, some ways it will be even worse. Everything you have cultivated onto this journey will be undone. No more journeys, no more talks, no more smiles. What else can you call it but death? Dying of desperation, dying of recklessness. Dying after conclusion, if none of those. Then exactly what are you trying to die for? Right. I don't want to be robbed anymore. Robbed of my existence. As a Magus. As a Cryptor. As part of Chaldea. As the Master of Caster. I am composed of several different titles and aspects, and if I've been robbed, then surely I've gained things too. Right now I am nothing but a Magus of Chaldea. I thought that by dying everything would disappear, but I soon realized that was wrong. Something will remain, I'm sure of it, but for something to remain, a vessel is needed. Yes, the vessel known as Panhuman Mystery. So basically my motive is entirely selfish. But I guess I don't have to use such a complicated phrasing. Putting it like this is simpler. This is proof that even I can see the world. Farewell then. Yeah, goodbye. Oh, by the way, who are you? I'm you. Who else would I be? Right. You think you weren't a dog, right? Yeah, now I can tell Bear off. I wasn't a dog, but a wolf. But hey, if he heard that, I'm sure he'd be roaring with laughter either way. Your Honor, may we be allowed to call another witness? Go ahead, but I believe that all the people we have are already gathered here. Or perhaps you mean one of the wardens of hell. No, someone directly involved with the massacre of the Kodia. He knows that far better than me. That'll be your servant Anastasia Nikolvina Romanova, is that correct? That you accept her as witness, right? I wonder about that. One moment. That should be impossible. Your spirit Anastasia may respond to your summons. But that would not be the caster you know. She would be another person without memories of the massacre. Even if it was recorded within her, that would not clarify whether or not you acted by your violation. I can't allow you to summon her. You're right, and besides, I can't even summon her if I wanted to. I lost my rights as a master back when she disappeared. If so, I can replicate her. That I promise. Replicate. I can replicate my servant Anastasia the way she was back on that day. At that time, at the place right here. But megaaziib, doing that is far too risky. That's right, Kadok. As far as I know, reproduction is far more difficult than summoning. Carefully copying a person of the past. Not to mention, a servant is something on the level of a miracle. It is not impossible match. The conditions to do so are so basically all prepared already. I, her master in cosmic theory, a witness, as well as the necessity of calling her forth. Innocently for this exact situation. In this moment, there's nothing more important than questioning this witness, right? So I'll probably go fine. But where would the magical energy you need to maintain that replica and call her forth come from? How will you perform magecraft on the same difficulty as resurrection of the dead? How? Cut off you. Please don't, I'm begging of you. You can't do it, not that. Mash. There is a method, only one. I'm gonna use the seer slate. Watch, you're about to witness an honest to God miracle. Seer slate, the greater command spell. Far more magical energy than the normal command spell. It is a literal ace in the hole for the characters. At the same time, it demands the caster's life. In recompense, its proper usage has been recorded only once. In the Scandinavia spell Ophelia from Solent, use it in the battle against the Doomsday device Tur. Its brilliance is so mighty as to sever the power of the gods, everything of the gods. I inscribe. By my ought activate Seer's Light, twinkling like stars in the cosmos beyond the material world. With my body as bond, with my body as tribute, he me, my mage, my other half, he for once more.
Sa, 戻ってこい。我がキャスター。神名。アナスタシア・ニコラエムナ・ロマノバ。
Servant Caster, my true name is Anastasia Nikolevin Romanova. I understand the situation and simply have provided a testimony. Isn't that right, Master? Please do, Caster. Then allow us to begin the questioning, Anastasia Nikolevin. Yes, Your Honor. Was the massacre of Kadia done by your violation? Of course, Your Honor. What we did out of our own violation. We killed him out of our own anger. The responsibility of that massacre lies not with the correctors, or even the terrible, or even the Orperniki. Every last drop of responsibility and blame lies with me and my master JP-rKyECtnz. But that does not appear to be a lie. In that case, what was your motive? Jealousy, envy, hatred, anger. Shouldn't that be obvious? I mean, while our world was at risk of disappearing, there was allowed to live. Strictly speaking, of course, I was not born in that lost boat. But even so, I found that world worth living. In other words, do you have no intention of arguing for justification on the Russian lost boat behalf? Would your honor deem that our killing them was justified despite being based on a verified assumption? No, I will not recognize it as such. JP-rKyECtnz, I wish to hear your opinion as well. Do you think you have sinned? I do. I honestly don't care about where that responsibility lies. I committed that sin of my own violation. Running away from it, or trying to get rid of it, feels somehow unacceptable. Unacceptable. Yeah, I won't accept anyone else aside from myself shouldering that sin. That's right, my sin and my actions are without a doubt unforgivable evil. But even so, I refuse to accept another to take it from me. This was my own violation, my evil, my sin. I confess to my sin, so please judge me, Your Honor. Please do it quickly as possible. Sentence JP-rKyECtnz, as well as Anastasia Nikolevin. Guilty, your crimes of extremely inhuman nature by murdering the staff of Kadia. You're forced to admit you are planning the extinction of pan-human history. In other words, you are both complicit in the murder of 7 billion people. I stand accused to death, however, the carrying out of the sentence to be briefly deferred. 24 hours from now, JP-rKyECtnz and Anastasia Nikolevin will both have their death sentence carried out, supposing they still live. Living further for you, JP-rKyECtnz. Phew. Does this mean my time on stage is already up? What a shame. Yeah, time's up for both of us, Caster. Sorry to keep making you clean up my mess. Don't apologize, I'm happier for it, because getting to meet you again is a miracle. No matter how momentary it may have been, the bond we built is real. And that bond is my pride and my love. Yeah, same here. I'm happy we're able to reunite. It was worth sacrificing everything for this moment. You're adorable as remembered. I'll be on my way before you start cut out. Yeah, farewell, my one and only caster. Yes, farewell, my one and only master. I thank you for your wonderful smile and tears, and for everything else. Now then, cut up. Don't go. I would love not to go, but I have to. From this moment onward, I will be departing Kadia. Finally, I made it to the goal I found so difficult to decide on. There are still loads of things I want to teach you, but I left them on this. I tell you not to go. We probably won't travel together again, but I'm sure you'll be fine. You got Master with you after all. So there, I'll be off now. Alright, go to make hero work. What do you need? I want to thank you for whatever the motive you did try to save me, thank you. That is how it turned out, I suppose. Now this is about a future long gone that's solved here. Didn't you somewhat suspect this was how it was going to turn out, so I appreciate it. I managed to achieve some level of atonement at the very last minute. Well, even as atonement for you, how do you think Kyoria feels? One could argue they have yet another sin to bear. Even so, that's a preferable to leading our collective ship to an early end. And now for Mash Cure Light. Yes. This makes you the final member of the A team. I expect you will fight well. I will. Yuki. Yeah. Give me your hand. Didn't you say we shouldn't shake hands? This is my final lesson. There's an exception to everything. I leave the rest to you, Kohai. I have faith in our choices and determination. Alright, cheers. Farewell, cut up. Farewell. Yeah, see you someday. Silence pervades the corridor. The angels are still almost as a part of the furnishing itself. A dreamlike sensation, there is no pain. All there is, my own self being peeled away. Like a withered leaf crumbling to touch, the rustling and sensation crumbling to my being. I do some self-reflection and realize I no longer have any regrets or fears left. Was I fulfilling greater purpose, or was I dying? Wolf. On a mad dash to see how far I could manage to go. It's hard to call myself successful on either front. I suppose I'm third rate in that sense too. But even so, I'm strangely satisfied, strangely at peace. My walking speed is slow, or maybe my body is just that heavy. How far do I have to walk? Where do I have to go to rest? I suppose I have to get through this corridor. For some reason I set that as the objective inside my head. It's an innate beingness and hopeless now. But I decided to do it anyway, just like how I decided to cure my sin. So now it's time to carry it out. There's no pain, but my body is heavy and ligon. And my current state is just so far away. I'm already regretting my choice, my objective. It's meaningless, absolutely and utterly meaningless. Yet I'll walk the whole way because I decided to. There's no point in walking the whole way. The end comes regardless. It makes no difference to the world. And this is some kind of attempt at atoning for my sin either. So then why do I walk? Because I decided to, because I wanted to keep being myself until the end. For that I need to walk. My vision is about all gone, and my consciousness is blurry. But my memories are all vivid. I still carry them all with me. You've done well to walk all this way. I have arrived. The salvation of all living beings, such is my wish. Thanks to you, I somehow managed to keep myself together. Because me getting bleached right before their eyes would be too shocking for them. I will see the end of your journey, JP-rKyECtnz. Please and thank you. Without thought, without emotion, without color, my body morphs and my soul fades. I become the same as everything outside the pen history I conspire against. Is this death? Maybe so. If someone told me I died in vain, I wouldn't be able to argue back. But while I feel that somehow I managed to accomplish something. JP-rKyECtnz, you who bid your farewells, walked and stand here now, half faded. None of your actions will be inscribed in human order. However, you saved the world, you saved the Kyoria, and you saved your friends by walking this short distance. You did indeed atone for your sins. Hence now, I bid you farewell. Farewell, my friend. Master Cutout Key. You can't leave just yet. Yes, you're right, Cutout wouldn't want that. Cutout gave his life to turn this around for us. I suppose we should never forget that. Do you need to take a break? Now please continue trial. Yes, I feel the same. Please continue trial. Then the second trial will commence. Kotomi Kiri is absent. He will not be needed for this trial. It will be conducted between you and I. Master Kiri, please take this in. Okay. Unfortunately, Master, we have no advice to offer you. Indeed, your sin is something only you know. Please could you inform us of it as well? What exactly is your sin? Of course, please watch over me. I will confess to my sin loud and clear. That goes for you too, Master. Okay, go ahead. Yes. Then let's begin. With head appeal, the confession begins. My sin was my purity. I see in what way can purity be a sin? I mean, to be fair, I attempted to neglect the things that were precious to me. Even though I ceased to be pure long ago, I had convinced myself it had to be that way regardless. I've experienced countless battles and countless emotions to go with them. Some of it I felt was beautiful, other parts I did not. But whether or not I approve of it, I could always empathize. Each time I come up with those things I change, I lose more and more of my purity. And now I can't divert my eyes from those things any longer, even if perhaps that will be in the mirror pities me. I no longer fear it. There's nothing wrong with the fluctuation of grief, nor with the disparity of lament. I am a mere human living in the present. Nothing more, nothing less, and as such. I don't mind being evil in the eyes of someone else. That is my sin, and what I will have to carry with me for the rest of my life. So you have finally arrived at your sin. Master, your sin is just as you confessed. Even as people are born pure, they carry their sins with them, accumulating more throughout their course of their life. One cannot escape from one's sins, and one cannot go on and waver with the sins they bear. Master, you are no exception. No matter how difficult your upbringing may have been, you are a human belonging to the present for as long as you live. As such, you have a right to without penning history to accept your sin. Yes, I accept my sin. Then I will hand out your sentence. I will deprive you of your right to the root class. You believe in loving another. You have sworn to show the favor to someone specific. Those feelings are far more removed from the domain of the arbiter, but by no means does that mean those feelings are a mistake. But until you understood that completely, you will never be able to become a ruler. Can you accept this? Yes, I'll accept my punishment. Okay, with that, the second trial is concluded. You may live on, carrying your sins with you. King Ahsoka. The fate of Pin he must resist on this trial. I'll see it to his end, JP-rKyECtnz, please. JP-rKyECtnz, please. So the second trial is concluded. Magia confesses to her sin and was punished for it. Yes, I accepted my sin. Now, only the third trial remains. The one concerning Kaleo. May I ask something? Of me? Go ahead. Why did you choose to defend JP-rKyECtnz? That didn't trap you, of course. What else? Such a blatant weakness, I simply had to strike. Did you not feel that you had to save him? Well, I suppose that is an obligation hazard of being a lifelong clergyman. Even if I'm prosecutor at present, if I am faced with a lost lamp, there is little else that I can do. All that result was him using a seer's light and dying. Though that is no suicide, by no means did he throw away his own life. It was a murder committed by Erisbury and his spear. Make sure you don't forget it. Now do you get yourself in order? Only so that his sacrifice is not in vain. You don't have to tell me twice. I've confirmed Prosecutor Kotome's return, so with that, we may proceed with the third trial. Are you ready? Yes, I am. Good, then we may once more return to the third trial, concerning the crime of Kaleo. In accordance with testimonies of JP-rKyECtnz and Anastasia Romanova, we established a high degree of justification for Kaleo's action. Kaleo lost almost everything to the attack by the Russian lost boat. Your Honor, there is one more important factor we have to consider. Before the attack by the Russian lost boat, Kaleo didn't know anything about what was going on. Nothing about the bleached earth phenomena, the lost boats, the fantasy tree, the alien god, or its apostle. I imagine so. Hulk's motive was that of wrath of revenge. But Kaleo had no idea their target of revenge to begin with. The winners of history have no way of knowing the nameless loser who are destined to fade away after all. Phrasing like that makes it sounds like that's Kaleo's fault. Objection. Objection overruled. Presently, you do consider yourselves the winner of the history, do you not? Either way, Kaleo didn't know anything, and as such, we're defenseless, that much is clear. Now let us commence the final discussion of the third trial. I hope all will be aware of their sins and accept them.
しいんですね。逆説融合かけらを集めてさなぎは蝶に変身する。お待たせマスター、これが私の究極体、頭にクロス無理やグッド。いきます。折りたたんでしまってあげます。
説法は嫌いだ。先人に学ぶとしよう。
あっち見ていてくれます？顕微鏡でも見えない大きさに変えられると思う？できちゃうんだな、これが。さあ、光より早くアトムにクロス無理やグッド。1、2、3。
この程度はやらせてもらおう。
おたぶ優しいんですね、新しいお娘に。甘く見ないで。大人になれば BB だって超えられます。私の知恵は世界の顔。原始的まで落ちてみます？よっよっ、折りたたんでしまってあげます。
苦悩、死を食う蛇、生きるか黒なきに白い玉へ、ザジガーニエ、アンディマイ
いたたた、せいぜい課長。やはり
命をかけろ。
嵐を呼びます。リルーが騒いでいますね。闇を招きます。いいです。はい、いいですよ。耐えてくださいね。落とします。取り込む。覗き魔の深淵に。
説法は嫌いだな。
Was with us shield.
夜の影、獣のうなり、死の毒の犬どもよ。今声高く笑うがいい。攻撃、そこから試練の時だ。
ほう、はい、いいですよ。あなたが憎い、あなたが憎い、あなたが憎い。闇に落として押しつぶしましょう。されど巨毛は闇の娘。
できるし
暖かく死になさい。行くぞー。哀れですね。極小の地獄へ。
月が見ている。
約束。
しようとするし。
お気に入りメタッと。いつか私もこんな風にいずれはあなたもいい子逆説融合かけらを集めてさなぎは蝶に変身する。お待たせマスター、これが私の究極体アトムニクロスムリアーグッド。
今は楽しめ、いずれ終わるのだから。
I can repeat Marody words. Karia didn't know anything. They were literally assaulted and had no choice but to escape in panic. It was only then that they realized they had been dragged into the Lost Boat deathmatch, or in other words, a whole girl war. Their actions thenceforth can all be considered unavoidable. Their enemies were each formidable. The chance of Karia victory were slim, despite how slim they were. By will alone, they succeeded. It was not an inevitable victory. By any means, they were always at the end of their rope. That was the problem that always accompanied them on their journey. Since, as you know, they never had any backing. No massive organization behind them, no planet-scale assistance, nothing. The only reason they were able to overcome the Lost Boats was because of their single-minded fervor, not patient prudence. I don't say Alekir, implore you to clear them innocent. Prosecutor Tokotomini. Very well, my closing argument. I wish to speak the comedy of European history was dragged into that of the bleached earth phenomenon. It appears the defense tried to avoid this issue, so allow me to point it out. The bleached earth phenomenon itself is not the responsibility of the Lost Boats, nor of the Crapers. It was caused by the being known as the Ian God. As such, each Lost Boat is innocent in regard to this crime. I petition your honor to keep this point in mind. The Lost Boats are stretches of history deemed failures. However, that does not make them inherently inferior. All their history had value, much as all life equally deserved the right to live. If we do not consider this point, we cannot gauge the severity of Karia's crime. I hope you judge this correctly. Dante. I would think it as is. For unequal sinning, actually, we might be at a slight disadvantage. But the judge remains fair. I want to believe we have avoided the worst case scenario. The closing argument has concluded. Lastly, I wish to question defendant Yuki once more. I understand. With Kadok's sample is now gone, you are rightfully the representative of humanity. I expect you to provide an answer worthy of that title. Karia Panhu Mystery, Lost Boats, the Alien God. Through the movements of these various forces, the world was steered towards turmoil. Would Panhu perish, or would it be reborn into a different world, or perhaps there is another fate that lies in wait. Either way, the key to your sentence is you yourself. Now, I have 3 questions for you. Think them over, and answer well. Do you admit to your own sin? Do you accept the punishment for your sin? Do you consider yourself evil? Do you admit to your own sin? Agree. I admit my sin. We have sin we must carry. You accept the punishment for your sin. Agree. I accept the punishment, but not for the sin you're thinking of. You consider yourself evil. Of course, humans being evil is self-evident fact. I cannot deny it. Yuki, you have admitted to your own sin and accepted your punishment. But what? I want you to defer my punishment till later. How long? Until everything is over, please. So what you want to say is that you'll accept your punishment if it comes after you save the world. With pan-human history currently in crisis, if you're the representative of humanity are sentenced to death, then pan-human history too will perish. Prosecutor Kotomini does this agreement hold. Now that conduct exemplars is dead, Yuki is the only person capable of serving as the master. I have no choice but to admit that as far as that pan-human history goes, is the correct argument. Yuki is currently the shepherd, herding all the remaining lambs, leading them into the promised land. The enforcement of his sentence should be postponed. I see, in that case, I have no choice but to defer the punishment. Hear me, all humans and servants who have gathered here today, that's true. You are all equally guilty of sin and deserving of punishment, but also have the right to forgiveness. Prosecutor Kotomi Kiri, as an apostle of the alien god, you confront Kareya and accept whatever fate befalls you. Yes, Your Honor. James Moriarty and Dante Alighieri, you have performed your duties as lawyers well. You may consider your efforts and self the reward. Additionally, Dante Alighieri, give up on her. Hey, I suppose I should. I would have to give up on her in the singularity. However, the next time I'm summoned to singularity, I will have completely forgotten that vow, and I have no intent of ever learning my lesson. Well, I suppose you are free to do so. That said, singularities are not something servants may so readily create. Do you understand? Yes, I do. He does not seem especially sorry. Maybe I should punish him. I'm super sorry for what I've done. Next match, Curate, the sin you carry will prove very heavy for you. In the coming future, you will have to confront the feelings you ignored while you were still pure. And that will indeed be hard on you. Even so, it is just as important to feel something is beautiful as it is to feel that something is ugly. Powerful resentment and hatred can at times give birth to something as well, even though the emotions themselves are bad. Yes, I will make sure to confront those feelings. And confronting them probably requires that I meet her one final time. Or at least that's what I imagine. Finally, Yuki. You admitted to your sin, confronted it, and accepted your punishment. If you think your actions have all been correct, then that must have been a difficult decision to make. However, the action of acceptance will be heavier than you think, which may cause a more bitter outcome than before. Will it hurt? It won't be painful properly. Once all sins and all punishment have been eliminated, only then will I admit defeat. You of Kareya are sinners, but at the same time, you do not deserve ruin. And so, the ruler servants should rightfully provide you with salvation. However, considering that any further abuse of the ruler class might hurt the Human Order Foundation, I will levy upon you a restriction. I will brook no argument in this matter. No way. Imploring me usually does work, but it won't help you this time. If you're trying to save the world, hurting in the process would be counterproductive. I understand. That said, the feelings you have with your many rulers have not been severed. More so than anything, the memories you have cultivated with them are all yours. Be sure to treasure them. Now defendant Kareya, defendant Mashkirlake, and defendant Kadak Exemplis. You're all charged as guilty. Your sentence will be carried out as we have discussed prior. Court is adjourned. If there was ever a time when you who stand in peaks of the singularity would show an opening exactly when the court's adjourned, right? Wait a second, didn't you like Tots forget a bunch of curate stuff? That is like so sad. It is you. Hi there, Metatron Johnny, Your Honor. I'm after one of your no phantasm, dear ruler of the singularity. Now gimme. You really think this is enough too? Oopsie. Sorry, but all I wanted was this. But that is... So what do you think is the peakiest attack that the judge got after becoming the ruler of the singularity? A miracle capable of attacking outside the singularity, a pillar of flames with unmatched firepower. Either this is the MP for me. We've got over 1 million of these different angels here, spanning from the 9th order to the 1st. And what controls them? This crown. What if you cannot utilize the crown? I mean, duh, I'm just a little girl from Mesopotamia. So instead I'll do this. You lost your mind. Well, I am a berserker though. Like what I just did. I did fully lose it. That if I will not subdue you. Ow, 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 wait, subdue me? Don't you mean kill me? Whatever works. Really now? Come on, Curelight. You become Paladin class, get to your head or something. Nothing has gotten to my head. It's just that I'm convinced I will be able to stop you now. Well, give it your best shot.
パラディーンだっけ？かっこいいね、キリエライト。まあ無駄なあがきなんだけどさ。嵐がついてくる。よ、的確、よーし。正面に叩き込む。嵐。痛いっつーの。痛いっつーの。フルパワーです。まっすぐに。痛いっつーの。スーパー。穴開いても平気だ。
I'm summoning reinforcements that mash. Not so fast, Yuki. You want to field those for your own defense, don't you think? What? They're out of control. They are. You did this though. You're so fake, you're like, I'm clearly not manipulating a thing. They gone haywire. She destroyed the crown that imparts dominion over the angels. They cannot identify who is friend or foe, not even me. She knew what's up, so I'm out. Now that I've finished what I need to do. Oh, just in case I mention this. My master is a bulk work for the singularity. Unless you defeat him, you're not fixing squat. Oh, then I'll be waiting. Waiting where? You've already had little hikes across hell and purgatory. Then doesn't that leave one last place for you? Another reason for you to fight been ready. Come on, up to heaven. Bye now. Yeah. Cinemash. That's it for the time being. I'll hold off. I may engage in combat with the angels. Please get behind me. I'll protect those who I hold dear by my own will. Rather eager, you Mesh. However, mathematically speaking, I think you stand zero chance. There must be a million angels out there. I know, so let me act as a rear guard. I'm grateful for that, but feels sort of distasteful. Sort of distasteful. Please just run away. The crazy state is my responsibility, King Ahsoka. I trust you to look after them. King Ahsoka, to save all beings is my desire. You're no exception. Only I can answer for this. I should have realized that I was being targeted at the moment of the cart adjourned. There's no doubting that I let my guard down in that instant. By sitting in judgment over the sins and punishments pending history and lawsuits in my own fashion, I became complicit by no conscious effort. An earthquake. Ron, this is the destruction of my laws. Master, keep your head down. Something discomforting with my body. The feeling of floating. It can't be the gravity. It seems that the laws of physics are now broken as well. Hurry up and run away. My command has been completely lost. Now it's correct to assume that Master of Live was its way. Unless you defeat them both, Live and Master, it will be impossible to correct this lingering. And then... not even the court will hold up to this. Please corrupt... hold Master. Is going beyond the courtroom. The entire of the singular is likely to be in such a state. The people in purgatory. All they can do is kneel and pray. Just because the law of physics has been broken doesn't mean they will die right away. The problem is the mess angels spreading out around this court. A million angels, huh? Like you expect it would be impossible to tackle them in any straightforward manner. Indeed, Yuki Mash. Allow us to open a breach. The rest of you go defeat Lilith. I know that it's important, but... King Ahsoka, as well as your honor, would you mind helping us out? It's simply too much for us two to handle. I suppose so, Yuki Mash Kyoi. I ask of you to please defeat Lilith. The collapse of the singularity is a different matter to correcting it. Since I gave you the choice to live in pending mystery, I will stake all I have to clear you a path. There are too many such an eyesore. Then I shall offer some beautiful support. You, Cleopatra. Yes, it is I. I'm resurrected from the depths of hell. No, not that I raised this courtroom from the depths of hell. It will appear that your trial has been adjourned, presiding judge. It is. I allow myself to be caught off guard. Nonetheless, I should apologize. Given that I have seen the dejected expression on your face, I'm willing to call it even. Disappointment is a beautiful thing after all. How did the Wardens of Hell come to be here? Hell is now in chaos with the laws of physics breaking down. In that case, it is not reasonable to address the cause. Such is the conscience of not only myself, but of the surviving Wardens. As a sham prosecutor left the pre-cynic, I prefer if you fall to my corner of hell. But then it looks as though I can now fight on your side without fear of reproach. Good, then all I had to do is punch them one by one. Perhaps defeating them is a better expression. Yes, indeed, our opponent numbered 1 million angels. I'm simply itching to throw them all in succession, answered relief. All of you, why? Your role is already at an end. It would be fine if you terminate your summons. John d'Arc, no, wasn't it Metatron? All of us are rulers. Even if this hell were to meet its end, we must maintain our order until the moment of our deaths. Now we protect the chaos as well as the orders, both good and evil, without discrimination. Is that not the role bestowed to us? Such is nobleness of Bleach. Oh, how graceful, yes, how elegant. It's meaningless yet not condemnable. Have you come here thinking the same thing? Makusa Shiotokisada. Of course, after all, living beings risk their lives for whatever it deems meaningless. That said, I will remain a mere spectator as one with no combat ability. It should be no problem, Oh, that horse Braze belongs to. Excuse me, may I have a moment of your time? Medusa. It was something of a struggle to get here with the gravity collapsing. So I see, there's no other than your Pegasus to reach this place from hell. Phew, thank you for your effort it took coming all the way here from the deepest level of hell, Medusa. Yuki, it's a modest thing, but I have an additional reward for you. Will it be sufficient? Yes, definitely. I will spend my last moments in hell with my sisters. I have no intention of joining this fight. After all, this battle was for you rulers to take on. Isn't that so, John d'Arc? Yes, that's very true. Thank you kindly, Mrs. Johnny. Yes, I am Johnny. I have vowed to offer prayers for departed Panhuman history. Metatron now says she stands on the same side. Then there are other ways to serve beside praying. Even if it leads to committing more sins, I would do what I must to help you all. Please do. Now, Your Honor, or Archangel Metatron, you will. Yes, what should I do, John d'Arc? All the rules of Singular have now gathered. Please give the order. By your judgment, shall we venture into near certain death? And you mean to say I should prejudge in my judgment on everyone's behalf? This is your first and best opportunity to do so. Let sincere, near bias, and follow the desires of our heart. How does that suit you? The rules collected here. At this time, I will clear the path for Mashikura and Yuki. It may be that act has no meaning. Now perhaps it does. As a righteous arbiter, I should not favor either side. However, my heart, the heart of Metatron, urges me to do so. At the very last moment, I must continue on as the servant. I must fight as a Singular warrior. From this point, I abandoned my position of presiding judge, as well as my identity as the Lord described. Let us fight until the very end, until our lives be exhausted.
ただ星を。世界はより小さい。ただ光の見ていてください。滅びは慈悲と知れ。蹴散らしてあげる。おごりであっても高らかに、いつか必ずなくしたものに報いるために、導きの星よ、力となれ。10の恩寵、136万5000の祝福、72の翼、36万5000の輝く目、一斉攻撃。見つけた。こんにちは、小さなあなた。無事に襲われる気分が通る。潰してあげる。シールガード何かけてタイミング合わせます。ただ星を、ただ炎を。いちいちうるさいですね。言われなくてもわかります。勝てる。そうにほらほらほら。展開します。ただ言われなくてもわかります。よし。祝福、輝くに翼、宝石、恩寵、王冠。あまねく不正義の灰にせよ。ユニベールイモルテルメタトロン。古き良き時へ。ほらこれならどうだ。お任せください、マスター。わかりました。敵か。はい。神明、国名、これは多くの世界、多くの夢をつなぐ我らの力。証明せよ。ロードカルデアス。シールドスタンド。嵐オカス。フルパワーです。まっすぐに。問題ありませんか。問題ありません。受けましょう。バカにしてるんですか。ひざまずき。当てます。核いつもの弱気な私だと思った。大きい方が怯えるのにあるわけないじゃん。
I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm so beautiful. What, my beauty has no effect? Are the enemies so strong? I take over beauty is impressive in its own way, I say. Phew, my limbs are getting a bit sore. Angels are so sturdy. And take this, an Amirita that heals wounds. King Soka, thank you for providing some person. Once again, I would like to express my gratitude here. Thanks to your call, the rest of us were spurred into action. Yes indeed, he's a king of a fortune faith, but we owe our thanks. There's nothing to worry about. After all, it was your own strong will that enabled you to rise up. Such a steel will may, in fact, be the quality required for an arbiter. Clear the way, gather, O arbiters, under my holy banner. By Lord's glory, bring these heroes under my protection. No, outliers, not even the messenger of gods may press. As we hold it now for Mash and Yuki, with the ongoing activation of John Dark no phantasm, the angel will charge towards us that much more. This means there will be openings. Right. Your mineral complement is fitting. Please rush through, both of you. The destination is the heavenly domain said to lie beyond the court, where the one in question can be found. I cannot speak yet of who that is merely my speculation. I'll have to consider but understood. This will be the last time we rulers ever fight together like this. By our own wills, our own choice, and our own judgments, we tilt the scales we hold. Vice through it is. The moments we were pleasure. Now please start running. Alright, we'll be off, everyone. So long, you guys. They're gone. Are you aware at all, King Ahsoka, of who is waiting in heaven? Yes, it will be a rough encounter. Squeezing out our strength, pushing ourselves to fight off the Third Order will be our limit. A monster like those First Order types should be left to the judge and the mistress. We should just do what we can, keeping up with the pace. Anyway, a criminal, a math professor, a solo cure, and finally a champion of justice. This terminus servant life has been quite a ride. No, justice is not the word for it. I think you have served with good conduct. Such a tone, that energy, you truly are my beat reach. I want to fight with everything I have, so could you please say I love you, Dante? Would saying it really empower you so? Very much so. I love you, Dante. Now I'm as strong as I can be. After such a wooden delivery. Yes, even then. Within this monotone that you people are so rude to me. We're sorry. What's on your mind, John Dark? Nothing. It feels rather strange that there is an existence that is me and yet not. Though I suppose there was an alter, but she was easily distinguishable from me in terms of fashion sense. I see, but neither of you have changed in a fundamental sense. Aren't there more important matters to concern yourself with? I believe you mentioned having made a promise to give Metatron one good punch. No, I didn't plan on making a production out of it. Someone else gave her that on my behalf, and that would do. The promise is good as kept. I see. On a relevant note, you and the people of Concadia were also under Metatron's care, weren't you? What kind of person was she? I suppose she was graceful and neat. She spent her days sleeping through. What? What you heard? She fell asleep the moment we took her eyes off her. As always sitting in a chair, if she were human, she'd be worried about thrombosis. I see. No, it's nothing to dwell on. It means I have a side like that to me as well. Thanks to her humanity, I'm in who I am now. Just because she was so slothful, I'm a bit sleepy. That hurt. However, is there a reliable way to manage this debuff? You're drowsy. Not a slob. She still lives on in you. Good to know. No, I'm seriously sleepy, despite being a servant and everything. Getting sleepy in this space is quite impressive. By the way, Metatron, may I ask you something? Yes, what is it regarding? I understand that you defeated Pope Joanna. May I ask your reasons? Because she becomes too supportive of Kadea. But now I think my emotions on this were too harsh. I have to agree. I truly feel regret for what happened. So I'll tell you this right now. I'm glad, thank you. You're fine like this. I'll forgive you for everything. I have my own questions for you, St. Martha. Just before she vanished, Joanna left me with some words. She thanked me with gladness and told me it was fine as I was, and she forgave me for everything. I still have yet to understand the meaning of her words. Why did she consider it acceptable to be killed? Or rather, why also leave behind a statement telling me it was enough? I see, I feel I can somewhat get a sense of her feelings. A sense of what? She must have realized the bias you had within you. You couldn't hide your indication towards pan-human history, the contradiction between trying to be impartial while burning with anger. Such a thing is, in a way, a very human way of acting, and that anger must have gone through to Joanna as well. That's why she was happy. Happy at realizing that you are not a perfect archangel, by being with her own humanity. That made her passionate instead into the result of a conflict between humans. The clashing of ideologies, and her isolating fate were that what led to her death. A sad outcome, but not one due to punishment from God. That's why she was fine with your attitude. That's why she way you see it. Yes, that may be so. In that moment, Joanna had smiled at me, despite knowing that she would die instantly. I'm sorry, Joanna. I've done wrong. I've committed sin. And yet I was forgiven, undeservedly so, by you, Joanna. And now I have no choice but to give my all to this battle. To give everything to keep both Master Light and the Master Cadet out of way harms. Saint Dumont Pillar. As long as we stand fighting here, those two can continue on the raft. I ask that you please fight hard. We run with all our hearts. The road ahead is broken. The buildings are formed, floating to free. They are ahead. With a bizarre conviction, I run sometimes as skip along the unforged path with my master. The end of the world, the end of the singularity, and the end of order. Perhaps everything will return to nothingness after this chaos where all things were intertwined. The lives and material things that have been lost will never be returned. However, there are the feelings entrusted to me by Kara, a will entrusted to me by all the others. Therefore, I cannot let Kareya or Master meet their end in this place. Mash, enemy angel ahead. After that, we will probably eliminate it to make our way closer to Lilith.
領域サークル展開します。見ていてください。的確ですね。よーし。おごりであっても高らかに、いつか必ずなくしたものに報いるために、導きの星よ、力となれ。正面叩き込む嵐起こす。フルパワーでまっすぐに。タイミングアウトアップ失礼。こちらに私の名にかけて。はい、NSS サービスです。もちろんお望みのままに。領域サークル展開します。完全配分よろしくて。見ていて。よーし。まあ大胆。おごりであっても高らかに、いつか必ずなくしたものに報いるために、導きの星よ、力となれ。シールコントロールスタート。お参りしていきます。日向の火薬付き放題扱ってあげましょう。見ていて。よーし、的確ですね。神明国名、これは多くの世界、多くの夢をつなぐ我らの力、証明せよ。どうだカルデアス。正面から叩き込むワンツー。強く重く恐れずに。無駄ですね。無駄ですね。無駄ですね。はい、いかほど。この私が上下。人間の火力ではどうあっても私には及びません。おとなしく我が社に入いい。
Restore Rangers Street. That's amazing, Mash. Right, to be honest, I feel like I'm perfect form too. Now let's pick up the Pacemaster. We need to stop Lilith. It's the final battle. There they are. Hey, Master. Think she'll be surprised. There's no need to answer. We will soon see it. No. Guess so. Hell brings her in heaven. All three crumbling at the end. Only we or them will remain. Alright, Master. Let's go destroy the world a bit, okay? That's the wish I have for the whole grill. So it's fine, right? Anyway, let's go. If the grill does not refuse you, then your wish must have some purpose. Well, my master sure is resolute. Have I ever told you I kinda hate that attitude? Also, destruction is a utility impossible for me, is what I mean. In that sense, we're a bad match. But in combat, we're like the best match ever. I mean, how the heck do you have so much magical energy? Though it's thanks to that I can really go all out. I might not be at Metatron's level. But if it's a matter of destroying the singularity, I'll do just fine. Their head lives spotted. There is hardly any solid ground to walk on. The collapse of the laws of physics seems to be accelerating. We have to hurry, Master. Wait, there's someone next to the lab. And their identity is known. It's a man in a suit of armor. Oh, that is. Master, do you know him? Give up. There's no human order for you to protect. You, drifter from a distant future, or rather from the correct version of history. You have no chance of victory. The human world will perish. That is how the future has been fixed. I know someone who has once said the same. As long as there are humans with the will to fight. Exactly, the future was literally become a blank canvas, like you said. If only there was anything left to burn, or better yet, anything left at all. But this planet has forsaken any such remnants altogether. Humanity is at dead end. It is 1 year in the future. It is what Earth is destined to look like after you stop the incineration of the human order. The King of Mage once said, your happiness lies in doing nothing. I repeat those words once more. Our history will not continue into the future. Because restore the human order. Master. No, it's nothing. Either way, we almost reached the enemy. We can use this floating debris to make our way over to where she is. Take my hand, Master. Everything around them is collapsing without order. Only chaos is left to regain. But that doesn't mean the singularity has been repaired. It's trying to wedge itself into human history in its collapsed state. If nothing is done, then the crumbling will spread from the singularity, demolishing even the normal laws of physics. MahdeenSky and the Master of Korea are now headed towards the two people they need to stop to prevent it. Even if that will prove to be a cruel encounter. Liv, and who are you? My master is surprised. Is he alive? Well, rude, he's alive, okay? He can't even talk. But look, enough about that. Congrats on being declared guilty. Thanks. I think giving me a sincere thanks for that is a bit weird. But whatever, I'm sorry about Karak though. I would have liked to offer a flower for his grave. Don't really have time for that now, sir. Because, like, we've got a duo to the death plan. If you win this battle, you'll repair the singularity, and that'll be the end of that. If you lose this battle, I suppose I'll just have to repair it for you instead. I mean, you wouldn't want to be the reason the world goes under. Gotta make sure you don't have that motive going into the fight. But then there is no point to this fight. That's not true. I mean, you'll die, right? Enough for me. I can stake my life on the reward like that. Why would you go that far? Oh, did I never tell you, Yuki? I hate Kira so much that it drives me crazy. So I couldn't miss this opportunity to fight her to the death. I knew that already. Oh, you knew? Hatred is the go-to reason for killing and harassing after all. Isn't that how humans go? Please don't listen to what she has to say, Master. At the end of the day, we can't avoid fighting anyway. That's all there is to it. True that. No use thinking about it. I understand that, but... even if battle is unavoidable, you still want to see if you can talk things up first. Yeah, well, I suppose that's how a master of the Kyodias should be. Anyway, guess it's about time I introduce the master next to me. Want me to brew some tea? We got time. There's no need. I have met him once before, even if only in the interstices of a vague dream. I am the master of servant Lilith. My true name is Galahad. As one of the knights of Round Table, I will meet you in battle here. The same one as Mash? Sir Galahad himself? Justice on my side, don't you think? Just look at who the servant serving as your motto is choosing to gang up with. Hero expert Galahad, so you gain material from it. Yes, Kyodias summoned me when the planet was bleached. The Galahad who handed over his syncraft to you and the one sitting here now are not the same continuous being. You may think of us as different individuals. You have no reason to feel indebted to me. Especially not you, Mashkura. Under no circumstance should you thank me. Well, why? Even if I did not have your shield, you are still my savior, my great forebear, and the knight I aim to become. You aren't aiming to become like me because of my greatness, are you? It's just that your ideals and my nature happen to coincide. You're simply using me as a reference book, and all I gave you was a weapon in the form of my syncraft. As that should illustrate, that's all I amount to, even if sometimes people do call me the perfect knight. I'm a fool who gave a gun to a poor child. There's no reason you should thank me. But you still saved the current Kyodias. I wasn't saving Kyodias. Mashkura tried to defend the inhuman researchers who had treated her as an experiment. At that time, I simply did not want her richness to be spoiled. I protected a person of value better than one without. That's all there is to it. But even that was a mistake. Mesh, I saw your emotions through the connection. I will speak of what I saw. That would be a violation of privacy. But I will speak of what I concluded from it. I'm disappointed in you, Mashkura. Your pure riches were defined in battle, but eventually blossomed into a perfect fairness. Having witnessed so many mistakes and losses, you would gain a viewpoint transcending good in you. You would become the embodiment of absolute truth, worthy of the ruler title, much like me. But you chose the opposite path, having seen the world inequality, you showed understanding to both good and evil. You gained a humanity that allowed you to love both. You discovered the angelic nature granted to you by the Lord. And worst of all, you sided with evil, that is, Kyodias, steeping yourself in ever greater sin. You have fallen. I can no longer overlook it. For that reason, I chose to help Lilith with her barbarities. Evil must be met with evil. As the one entrusted with the shield of the Round Table, I would destroy your shield. I kinda hate your phrasing it as barbarities. Oh well, as long as you'll help me fight, it's okay. Do we really have to fight? Sir Galahad, I do not intend to claim I'm on the side of justice. I also don't think I can afford to stand out. And it's not just me. Doing so would be an affront to all the people who helped me get here. Give me your orders, Master. Roger, I'm ready anytime. I've practically been trembling in anticipation of this very moment. Finally it's come. Now, Master, orders please. Great, be sure to work yourself right from my command solo. My name is Galahad, the one bestowed by the king of the siege. Roses, protection of the castle of the White Walls. Mashkura, Mount Yuki. If you cling on to pan-human history, Then show no mercy. Now come at me. The final battle.
じゃあキリエライト、お互いこれですっきりだね。殺し合おうなんて言わないよ。一方的にぶち殺すからさ。まずは小手調べ。シールダーの名にかけて。いけない子だ。私が悪くない。はち切れそうでしょ。見ていてください。所長。おごりであっても高らかに、いつか必ずなくしたものに報いるために、導きの星よ、力となれ。我が手に白金の鍵あり、虚無より現れ、その指先で触れたもう、我が父なる神よ。えいリリース。じゃじゃーん、驚いた？完璧にやれ。アップルストーン、奇襲アベロ。日向の火薬の匂い。タイミングオート。シールダーの名にかけて。好き放題扱ってあげましょう。我が手に白金の鍵あり、虚無より現れ、その指先で触れたもう、我が父なる神よ。ごめんなさい。痛いっつうの。夜を飲み込む。よーしマスター、あてしにガンガン持っちゃって。
それは許可できない。無法にも限度はある。
いや、あてしのマスターうざすぎ。奇襲アベロ。あてしに触れるな。カバーストーン。 お任せください。やってみる。マスター。神明、国名、これは多くの世界、多くの夢をつなぐ我らの力、証明せよ。ロードカルベース。避けて。痛いっつーの。えい。邪魔。痛いっつーの。無駄ですよ。はっ。穴開いても平気。無駄ですよ。自力だ。無駄ですよ。領域倉庫展開します。幸福感覚。悪い人だ。ご冗談を。うん。
新山幽谷経典同地改ざん連合天神地これぞ列強天揺らす宇都の鳴き声名をよろずのノリとなり。
我が手に白金の鍵あり、虚無より現れ、その指先で触れたもう我が父なる神よ。避けて。痛いっつーの。ぶち殺す。こっちはクソみたいなツイート使い放題さ。
言うまでもなく違法行為だ。真面目に真剣に生きろ。
保護観察のおっさんかってーの。もうスーパーはっ。私は悪くない。いけない子だわ。的確ですね。あくまで華麗にターゲット外しません。えい。ひょんひょんひょん。タバーストオーデル切り刻んだ。はいそこ。無駄ですよ。見ていてください所長。やってみる。おごりであっても高らかに、いつか必ずなくしたものに報いるために導きの星よ力となれ。えい。よっ邪魔。無駄ですよ。真実こそ時の娘ならば虚妄は闇の娘。チクタクチクタク逆まく時間は嵐のようにイシャラー有料兵士と認めましょう。陸のハルアハ無駄ですよ。穴開いても平気。断ち切れそうでしょ。私の神殿ご覧になります。
新山幽谷経典同地改ざん名号天神地これぞ列強天揺らす宇都の鳴き声名をよろずのノリとなり。
我が手に白金の鍵あり、虚無より現れ、その指先で触れたもう我が父なる神よ。プレフォーナイスホーム。えい。マスター支援お願い。
僕は目をつぶる。本性を出すがいいリリス。
ときた。さあぶっ殺しの時間だよ。リリース 切り刻んだ。陸のハルアハシールドラの名にかけてタイミング合わせます。好き放題扱ってあげましょう。お任せください、マスター。おごりであっても高らかに、いつか必ずなくしたものに報いるために導きの星よ、力となれ。どけて。やっと殺してあげられる。私の闇でイシャーラー。落ちろ。
Wait, what? That is so full.
お任せください。はい。おごりであっても高らかに、いつか必ずなくしたものに報いるために導きの星よ、力となれ。えい、痛い、シール、心痛いっつうの。真実こそ時の娘、ならば虚妄は闇の娘。チクタクチクタク逆まく時間は嵐のように。イシャーラー、有料兵士と認めましょう。はい、そこ無駄ですよ、マスター。スーパーオーケー、やってみる。マスターは悪い人だわ。重たいの。行くよ。我が手に白金の鍵あり。虚無より現れ、その指先で触れたもう。我が父なる神よ。クリフォーンナイ
How many revises does she have?
立法は無に、恩恵は闘争に。平らな大地は山岳に。すべて溶けて混沌と化せ。イシャーラーはシャレたちの始まりさね。やってみる。よーし、ダメだから邪魔来ないで。痛いっつうの。ターゲット外しますの。カバーターゲット。切り刻んだ。はい、そこいけない子だわ。私は悪くない。お願いします。やってみる。うん。えい。痛いっつうの。えい。邪魔。くそ。畜生。
サーバントが敗れたのであればマスターの出番だ。下がるがいい、夜の女王。 君たちの主張は分かった。あとは示すだけだ。
Non-shooter enemy.
見ていてください。よーし、はい。おごりであっても高らかに、いつか必ずなくしたものに報いるために導きの星よ、力となれ。正面から叩き込むライトアバーグラム、フルパワーでまっすぐに。
ここからだ。息を整えろ。正面。遅い。
シールドを乗り立てて。タイミング合わせます。よーし、的確ですね。我が手に白金の鍵あり、虚無より現れ、その指先で触れたもん、我が父なる神よ。フレバーナイファーム。シールコントロールワンツー。
視線をそらすな。この重さを受けきれるか。正面。
見ていてください。はい、よーし。おごりであっても高らかに、いつか必ずなくしたものに報いるために導きの星よ、力となれ。正面から叩き込む。
正面。
落とします。
構えよ。
フルパワーでまっすぐに。
正面。ナウンの的を使う。はあ。構えよ。
両手装置展開します。
正面。構えよ。構えよ。
Is the same character as Baz's?
遅い。構えよ。ここで切り返す。
見ていてください。はい、よーし。おごりであっても高らかに、いつか必ずなくしたものに報いるために導きの星よ、力となれ。ふっ、や
構えよ。
ーシールドスタンド。
構えよ。
フルパワーでまっすぐに。
正面。
一旦下がります。いけない子だわ。悪くない。いけない子だわ。お参りしていきます。日向の最悪の匂い。あ、多分我が手に白金の鍵あり、虚無より現れ、 その指先で触れたも我が父なる神よ。これはえい
ここからだ。息を整えろ。この重さを受け入れるか。ここで切り返す。
タイミング合わせます。シールダーの名にかけて
私の神殿ご覧になります。新山幽谷経典同地海山明宝天神地これと列称天揺らすウトの鳴き声矢をよろずのノリとなり。
構えよ。
無駄ですよ。あ、これ無理です。
おごりであっても高らかにいつか必ずなくしたものに報いるために導きの星よ力となれ。これならどうだ。
構えよ。正面行くぞ。視野が狭いと言われな。構えよ。
じゃあね。じゃあね。手加減しないから。
的確ですね。
長谷渡りしは少なびこなより借り受け波にさ踊るはやて船雨の鏡の
正面行くぞ。
神明国名これは多くの世界多くの夢をつなぐ我らが誓い証明せよ。どうだカルデアス逃がしません。
正面行くぞ。そこだ。構えよ。
お願い。やってみる。
構えよ。正面行くぞ。構えよ。
ごめんなさい。
正面行くぞ。この重さを受け入れるか。遅い。正面行くぞ。
領域装置展開します。はいはい正面から叩き込む。ワンツーこれならどうだ。フルパワーでまっすぐに。
視線をそらすな。遅い。構えよ。
すぐ深いですよ。はいいいですよ。それは闇に書かれた歴史。どこにも届かずどこにも帰れず。イシャーラーさよなら
構えよ。
すぐ深いですよ。行くぞ。
構えよ。
拒否します。
ラウンドはこう使う。遅い。
はいよーし。おごりであっても高らかにいつか必ず
なくした者に報いるために導きの星よ力となれ。シールドスタンド
構えよ。
正面叩き込む
構えよ。
フルパワーですまっすぐに
構えよ。腐りたる人類の塔よ、この高き果てを見よ。我が神明をもって理想を示す。打ち砕け灰色のキャメロット。
さあキャラハット、ごめんなさい。どんなに言われてもこの気持ちは隠せない。神明、国名、これは多くの世界、多くの夢をつなぐ我らが誓い。たくさんの奇跡をありがとう。あなたのおかげで胸を張れる私になれました。証明せよロードカルベース。
まったく言っても聞かないとはこのことか。
So I only had to break his bar. Good to know. How the hell are you so strong, you piece of shit? Liv has put a distance between us, beginning pursuit. There are no enemies left aside from Liv. If you want to pursue her, you should. I have lost, as you've seen. I'm on the verge of death. Above all, I would like to talk to you. He doesn't look remotely at the verge of death. If anything, he seems to be brimming with energy. I didn't imagine you had become so distrustful, but it truly was an evil organization. No, I wasn't suspecting you or anything. It's fine, I should go out chase after Lilith. Sure, I understand, Master. I will believe in Sir Galahad. My goodness, you're still quite inexperienced, trusting people so easily like that. Why did you become Mash's enemy? I must have an enemy in morbid obstacle. She still has things to learn, so I'm teaching her. About what it means to carry that shield. It's not about maintaining some principle of fairness. Carrying the shield means that she herself has to judge what's good and evil is. What's good and what's evil, what should be allowed, and what should not be, is something she has to decide on her own. Because of her purity, she could never do that on her own before. Now she's different. She has learned what is important to her, what is sad to her, what it means to love, and what it means to be loved. And most importantly, she has learned to fear losing the person she treasures. That and that alone is somewhat I don't have anymore. She has lost her angelic nature, but in exchange, she has reclaimed her humanity, becoming a shooter unlike me. And it because of that, Lilith hates her. Hate. I think I want you to hear this. About why I bared my fangs, mocked and hated her, and how my relationship with her became like that. I was summoned in Antarctica. There wasn't any deeper reasons behind my summoning. The human order had just been so warped that I came flying out of it, I presume. I'm screwed. Without purpose, enemy or ally, I had become a traveler left behind in that desert. I had little choice but left with the despair, an unfortunate accident, an unfortunate me. an unfortunate servant. I had not expected to be saved. Exactly who was going to save me here on this empty continent? And even if I was saved, I had no purpose, so my only choice was to die. Just like that. What surprise? Where did you come from? The human order spit you out. Who are you? The man introduced him as Galhead, and when he understood my situation. But we can stand now. He already made a master contract to provide me with magic energy. Ordinarily, it's extremely difficult for a servant to act as a master to another servant. The master acts as a linchpin for servants to reign in the world, and servants normally can't serve that role. The Galhead is the exception because he's the gatekeeper of this world. And just like that, I was saved. I'm like thankful and all, but what exactly should I do now? I didn't know, you told me. No need for you to do anything in particular. I don't involve myself with what happens after to those whom I save. So then I have nothing to do but to absent-mindedly watch over this bleached land. And thanks to spending all that time bored out of my mind, I had dreamed for the first time in a long while. But what I saw was not Galahad's past. Instead, I saw the horrible past of a girl who had borrowed Galahad's power. It had pain, suffering, and despair. It had no kindness, compassion, or hope. What the hell? That part I didn't mind. There are tons of humans like that. Human born in the clutches of despair raised on hate, who ultimately don't achieve a single thing. There is a sickening amount of innocent sacrifice who had been born in the long history of humankind. I don't mind it. If that was all, I would have at least felt sorry for her. The bad part was her heart. She had no resentment. Instead, she had richness. She had no malice. Instead, she had love. Unbelievable. Had she been born a saint? Sure, but she was just a girl living with such overflowing virtue. I resigned despite her powerlessness, instantly believing in other people despite the power hidden within her. What else can you call it but disgusting? Disgusting, 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 disgusting. The hatred, rage, and resentment I felt made me like I had lost my mind. Her way of life, her beliefs, they were all just so inhuman. For someone shaped like a human with the soul of a human, there is a fatal discrimination in a very important part of her. I can't accept her, I had to kill her. I mean, she's not human, she's nothing more than some kind of automatic made that's shaped it like a human. And even though that's who she is, she and those around her thinks she's human, and that pisses me off. Fuck, she's a subhuman mistake. I wouldn't have minded if they had only pitied and adored her. But they treat her as human, giving her the same respect as one. But that's how it is. To Lyra, to me, the demi-servant Magia is my sworn internal enemy. For someone like me who could never become human, she is an irreconcilable enemy. And then we manifest inside of this singularity. My Master had been specifically summoned so that his angelic nature could serve as energy for the Archangel Metatron. And it was then that I came to cross Magia. And like always, just like always, she was trying to act all human, even though she wasn't. I hate how nobody has noticed, or even tried to notice how twisted she is. I'm probably the only one who has. The master of the Kyrie is too close to her to notice. Or maybe she just faked it all this time, desperate to avoid acknowledging that she is not human. Hate, irritation, words like that pops up in my mind, before quickly fading away. I really wonder if this has anything to do with my own history. Once upon a time, I was a she-demon in Mesopotamia. I don't know a thing about the first man, nor do I remember ever being his wife. Anyway, I had a human form, despite not being one. And yet she gets to blend in among them. Maybe that's why I invite and despise her, so... No, that's not it. If that harmless reason was why I hated her, we could maybe reconcile. After our long fight to death, we might have been here to make peace. But I can't. I don't need post-facto motive like that. Even the trigger of my hatred for twistedness isn't necessary. Right now I just hate her and that is all. Despite my duty to protect the human order, but rather prioritize her downfall. She's my natural-born nemesis. I just can't stand her on any level. I like humans as for heroes. I wasn't a fan of some, while some others were pretty nice. I rather hate saints, though there are some that were my type, but her I hate. It's just that, stating simply, those feelings are just that important to me. It is the first time since I was born that I have felt hatred towards somebody. I really felt not towards some. I may just know, but a clear target. Alright, I'm angry, driven mad with anger, and here I have someone to take out that anger and hatred on. Nothing could be more joyful, more fortunate. And so, kill match, cure light. As long as I achieve that, I don't mind losing everything else. I have over 100 Holy Grail drops in my hand, and I will use every last one for this occasion. Doing so violates the rules. It's illegal, illicit, or maybe nothing short of miraculous. Because I know what will happen if I offer up everything here, if I offer up everything last shred of my life. Then I'm honestly convinced that her shield was shattered. Command second no phantasm alteration. Scatter my over 100 Grail drops, using every bit of their magical energy to alter no phantasm. For Lidum, for Cure Light. Normally this spell no phantasm entails using myself as a cannon to shoot my children as bullets, but they wouldn't even dent that pure and sturdy shield. To pierce it, to really shatter it, I myself am needed. So I pray that I would be able to impale and kill Cure. I pray that I would be able to beat her down. I want to win. I don't want to lose. I want to be superior life form. Superior to you, to the one who claimed the class of the Holy Knight, to Paladin Mash. I estimate the destructive force and magic energy to match even that of the Black Barrel. The initial velocity of the warhead I have weaved out myself and my magic hits max 10. This bullet crafted from the magic energy of the woman was thrown together with the wraith of her soul. Eat this Cure Light. Ashkir must have realized the nature of this bullet through initiation load. It cannot be avoided, nor can it be repulsed. Not even halting its momentum will cheat it out of her death. It is by pure instinct that she realized that this bullet is no phantasm made only to kill her. Don't run, face it. That's what she's thinking. No, she wants to face it. Ashkir cannot stand love, not because of all times love insulted her and got away in her way. Not because love despised her, or that love is their enemy either. Much like love herself, Match always fought, always was convinced. But I get it now. What she feels for me and what I feel for her is. So she can't die yet, not until she tells Lilith those words directly, no matter what. Yep, live on Mash. Don't worry if we combine our strength. I know this voice. Things will definitely go your way. Hi there, Paladin Mash Q-Light. And also, welcome Paladin. It's now that we will forge your utter no phantasm. The essence of the Holy Sword claimed from the inner sea of the planet at the Fairy Kingdom. I have decided to entrust it to the most trustworthy weapon of the most trustworthy servant, that is, the Round Tail Shield. As your guardian's fairy, I'm sure you'll feel the effects as well, more specifically as massive pressure on your synchro. So what happened to me? Well, if you go along reshift, your synchro will be damaged. You enter a kind of Cyto spirit form and be unable to fight. Though, of course, you won't have any problem deploying the Black Barrel. My adjustment made that possible. Well, that sucks. Yeah, sorry about that, but stapling Excalibur onto anything, even the shield round to isn't easy. So please forgive me, okay? And there's one more important thing I have to tell you. I will grant you the authority over and to convert into the Holy Sword, which Mash doesn't yet have the power to unleash it on her own. Though maybe she does, but sadly Mesh alone with that burden is too much for her. After all, this will become another phantasm. So if you ever have the chance in the next Singlery, I want you to tell Mesh this. The Holy Sword is there for you. You chose to protect, not to attack, as a safe. And so this light is not meant to attack your opponent, it is a power to literally repair the world. Your heart and your nature are what determine the nature of this nameless sword. That is something I take pride in. It shows that Kyodei's journey has been a righteous one. Now, no matter who or what your opponent may be, this holy sword will provide salvation to all of it. I grant upon the newest servant, the newest holy sword. Let us respond to live, but she's trying to destroy everything. Then we employ the greatest no phantasm to fight back against it. Near the epilogue. The battle was over. Up against the bullet that was Lilith herself, Match blocked, repelled, and counterattacked. Second no phantasm, ray-proof cure light. Liv could not evade Match's no phantasm. She couldn't have, even if she tried. Not that she ever intended to. She exposed her entire being and beingness to all Matches in return. Which one? The fruit one, I guess. Good. Her consciousness is fragmentary. Just closing her eyes makes it seem as if Match is teleporting towards her with each blink. Even though Match is merely walking towards her, Liv can't maintain her own consciousness. It's over, Liv. No, not yet. Not yet. It is. Also. She needs courage. Her cowardness almost wins out. But she knows this is something she has to say. Not for Liv's sake, but for her own. I hate you. Yeah, then I guess we agree on something. Farewell, Liv. I bet we will never meet again. Nor do I want to ever meet you again. Huh, isn't that funny? You're not supposed to say that with tears in your eyes. Silly, smile, have fun. The victorious girl turns her back to the defeated. She has nothing left to say. Ash. Oh, Master. I defeated Liv. I think the Singularity will be repaired now. What happened to Sir Galahad? He's waiting for you. For me? I'll go to where Lilith is. To Lilith. I understand. I'm sure whatever Sir Galahad wants to talk about is very important, so I'll go. Huh? Why are you here? I feel like I need to see you. Sure thingy, but it is in vain. I lost everything. It's all gone. What about Cure Light? Oh, she went to go talk to Master. So why you come to me? Someone should be there for you in your last moment. Haha, who cares? Do you think I need it? Go away. You're weird. Didn't she tell you? Insult her over and over again. For no reason. For no reason. Don't you have someone like that anywhere? Someone you just can't stand no matter what. That's who Curelate was to me. Maybe I don't. Really? You sure you're a good boy? Not that matters. Either way, I did this because I hate her. That's all. There's the conversation is over. You really had no reason whatsoever. I don't. Actually, maybe I did have one, but it's nothing major. I'll keep it secret from Ash. Okay. I wonder, what if Curelate lost her shooter rights, became unable to use a shield, and learned what it meant to have no purpose to her existence? What if all her friends were killed, and in despair, she became unable to rely on anyone else? What if her pride, her divine, her drive, her everything was dragged through the mud, damaged beyond belief? If even then she was able to keep running forward, her head held out high. Then even if I did hate and despise her, that one part I would have wanted to admire. Because that's what makes humans so wonderful. Because that possibility is what I like about humans. And that's the kind of girl Mash is. Haha, pisses me off how highly you think of her. Hey, I have one last request. Could you kiss me? No way. You just busted. Gotta hate Curelate so much. The next time we meet, we'll surely hate each other guts again. So you gotta stop us from ever beating face to face. I promise. There's still pain in my body, my soul. Maybe because of how savage the attack was. Either that, or she just really wanted me to suffer. Or she just wanted to punish me somehow. Doesn't matter either way, I lost. My body was ripped to pieces, and now I'm in such a bad state. I know that I can't even struggle to survive. I exchange a final conversation with her master, and at last I think these thoughts. If I get summoned to Karia and meet her again, I'll probably hate her all over again. And I hope that doesn't happen. I want to, at worst, just keep my distance from her. Because I want this unbearable hatred to be mine alone. I smirk at the thought. As for her, even after this, she'll have to continue to suffer, just to obtain a paltry bit of happiness. That is what it means to be human, and fitting conclusion to her life. Hate me, hate me, hate me. That and nothing else is the one awful gift that I can give her. It's over. The singularity will be repaired, and everything will go back to how it was. I'm less sure. Some things have been lost, in the truest sense. Karaxamples, you mean? Do you rate him that highly? I did, however, not because of his talents. He should have conversed more with you. No, your experiences are mere shadows of the human order. Something fleeting, and nothing more. Kalak should have spoken more to others like him. Life. Together they should have feared, lamented, regretted, and raged, while still supporting one another. As friends. That is what my heart tells me. Those were my hopes and my wish. I suppose so, and the beginning was the word, right? Human reflects on their actions so that they find the right course next time. But when I gained the power of an archangel, I grew distant from humanity. I will probably never be summoned again, but I will pray for Karia's safety nonetheless. Soon the journey will come to an end. I pray that they won't regret it. Beat reach. Oh, Dante Alehiri, you are still alive, see. I suppose I have the devil's own luck. My companion already exited long ago, and I am about to fade away as well. I have to remind you that I am not beat reach. Obviously, I know that already. I know that. And still, I will persist in calling you beat reach. Think of it as a foolish man hulking on his deathbed. Is that really so bad? I understand, do as you wish then. Beat Reach. I wonder what is it I desire. I was so preoccupied with getting you back that I didn't even stop to think what I wanted from it. Did I just want to whisper sweet nothings to you? Or did I want to strengthen our love together? Or maybe I just want you to live, nothing more. So that is your love. Love without fulfillment, love without consequence. Just a wish for your loved one to live on. And love is good. Its foundation, mankind, is something that I left behind. I'm sure that you already know love well enough. Not the love of romance, but one more universal. Maybe so, but at this point, it's already too. So you never even noticed. I'm sure you could find a chance. Now I have to make my parting. Farewell, my divine comedy. Farewell, my beloved homeland. My beloved. Farewell, Dante Alighieri. I pray that your soulmate find peace. I am sorry I could never let you meet Beat again. I truly have been so foolish. Oh Lord, please forgive me, for I have sinned, for I have committed shameful acts. But even so, if it's possible for Chaldea to save pan-human history, if Yuki wishes it so, then I think it's fine for me to aid them, even if only a little. Oh Lord, I seek atonement in battle, for there is nothing else left inside of me. Has Lilith departed? She has. I see, the reason she agonized you so was not because I was her master. So I thank you for playing along with her hatred and chaos. I never had any relationship like that with my fellow knights. As such, I can't really offer any appropriate thoughts about it. Still, I believe both of you had no reason to feel ashamed of your battle. You know what they say, the closer you are, the more you fight, right? It's not like that. But it's not like that. Well, if you say so, goodbye. Excuse me, Sir Gaha, but did that really come as such a shock to you? I'm just being unsummoned, don't mind me, though I will admit, getting so flatly refused it did affect me. But before I go, there's one thing I have to tell you. I was the first servant summoned within Chaldea's. Ordinarily, it would be impossible to summon a heroic spirit from pan-human history within that alien world. But because of the heroic spirit merging experiment you underwent at the South Pole base, I gained a bond with Chaldea. Using me as a starting spark, Chaldea managed to summon multiple servants, fashioning them into the pulse of the alien god. In other words, I was used in the same way you of Chaldea employed the round table shield. So that's what happened, and that is why you mistakenly believe Chaldea to be an evil organization. It's not a mistaken belief. Even now, my evaluation of Chaldea hasn't changed. The reason this plan has become bleached is because of the plan hatched by Chaldea. You may have taken charge of Chaldea after that plan is hatched, but the facts don't change. Besides, even if you do try to mend that mistake, you cannot stop Chaldea's. When Earth was bleached, no, when you overcame the incineration of the human order, Chaldea's victory became unshakable, or at least it had been until now. Until now, there's no chance you may be able to destroy Chaldea's. Chaldea had accomplished the feat of containing a multitude of irregular factors without falling outside the bounds of the human order. Now you have become a shooter different from me. Chaldea's can no longer simulate this future. What I'm saying is, you created an opening, just like Lilith did. Originally, it would have been my duty to repel you at Antarctica, but when Earth and Chaldea's swapped it, when the Earth service became that of Chaldea's, Earth Lilith appeared out of nowhere. Leaving her fate would have gone against the principle of chivalry, so I made a temporary master contract with her. And as that contract was still active, the Ordeal call began, and the human order sent out Metatron. Metatron was a powerful divine spirit. Even so, she was only a masterless rogue servant. She wanted my angelic nature as the core to maintaining the singularity. and so dragged me into it by force. Quite briefly, I've been through a lot. That's rough. I could throw a third ahead. It's fine, my wounds from our battle have healed now, anyway. In any event, this was something that Cadius had not accounted for. As a result, Cadius lost me as its keeper, while at the same time Cadius gained you. In terms of loss, and gained you only profited. I'd be lying if I said I had no interest in knowing how the battle turns out from here. But right now, I'm on the side of Cadius. Disappearing here is the only way I can repay you. As such, I chose to take my leave here, give you my regrets. That's all from me. Oh, just one more thing. I'm the one who should be thanking you, Mash. Final chapter, which is I see, so Kadok is... Sure, I do want to know details, but... No, hold up, you two get some rest. You look terrible, beyond terrible even. Naturally, there are many things we want to ask about. But right now, prioritize getting some rest, got it? Thank you. Yeah, let's go with that. We're done with the rudimentary medical checks, so go get some sleep. Good work out there, and rest well. Okay then, Senpai, please make sure to get some rest. Yeah, sleep well. Senpai, what's that? I think the notebook I got from Kadok. Kind of think he did say something about that, to leave behind what's necessary. What did he write down? Let's take a look together. Sure, Senpai, excuse me, I'll take a seat next to you. Fundamental magecraft knowledge survivor tips. There's a lot of different things written down here. It's very Kadok-ish. Sorry, can't read this. What are the letters too small? I personally think its handwriting is very neat. I can't. Maybe I'll never be a servant who can truly support you the way you need. But even so, right now, just this moment, I will lend you my aid. I'm sad as well. Genuinely am. Kadok being gone really hurts. And in that way, the two of them managed to reach the final page of the notebook.
最後にはこうなると思っていた。その覚悟はしていたよ。魔術師として生まれて、いろいろな記憶があるにはある。殺されかけたこともあったし、殺したこともあった。そういう苛烈な記憶がある。でも、どうしてかな。目をつむると真っ先に見えてくるのは、お前たちとの思い出ばかりだ。こんな思い出を持っていていいものか、少し迷ったけど、そのくらいは許されるか。さようなら、僕の友たち。なんて色鮮やかな日々だったろう。
Wait a minute. What? Oh, what? No, wait just a second. I still haven't gotten my thoughts in order. In any case, Wisp, I thought it right. That we inform everyone as soon as possible, Wisp. On that I agree, good news should always be shared as soon as it arrives. Bad news, on their hand, can wait. So let's put some energy in before we go to bed, right? Alright? Sure. This is just a conjecture at the end of the day. But the chance of Kadok still being alive are high. Actually, let me put it like this. Depending on our actions, there's chance he may survive. What do you mean? Father, Prosecutor Kotomi Kiri told us what would happen when we defeat the alien god. Like you said, the current Earth is blank thanks to the bleached Earth phenomena. But as soon as we solve this problem, Pan-Human history will swap back. In other words, he will return. Strictly speaking, it'd be time leaping rather than time reversal. Everything that happened during the bleached Earth phenomenon will be undone from Pan-Human history. So then, what will happen to deletion of humanity as clearer damage from the bleaching? This too will certainly be undone. All of this applies for Kadok samplers. When the 7 character masters were released from their coffins in the Okaria, they disappeared. We could interpret this as being abducted by the alien god. So then how far back will we go once we defeat the alien god? One possibility is that we will return to before they disappeared from the coffins. In other words, they would still be in the coffins. So there's a chance all the characters could return. Yes, the future predicted by Tremendous to estimate an 87% chance of this occurring. In other words, if we defeat the alien god, everything will turn out fine. Master, I'll do my best. And as a spirit, finally some good news. Yukitomo came at the very last second. So with that being the case, we can all rest easy. All good. Okay. Yuki's bios appear to have become stable. That is a relief. Still, letting them know exactly what would happen might be a problem. Returning to 2016 would mean that memories of the characters would likely disappear. The resurrected Kadok, or rather, the Kadok that never died in the first place, wouldn't remember them. Basically, they would return to being total strangers. And where the problem is in that. If they never fought as characters, they'll return to being friends, or rather become friends all over again. They did it once, so the second time shouldn't be any challenge. Did I see something wrong? No, I guess you're not wrong. I'm sure the 3 of them will meet and become friends again. Either of this, the deadlock has been broken. Can you elaborate? Sure, there's nothing stopping us anymore. The true final battle now waits. The Holy Grail we retrieved has been placed into storage as per procedure. Good, the dagger you obtained while amending the singularity and the Holy Grail. That was the cause. 2 in total, and 3 will have the confirmation signal. That's the end of the report. I suppose we should take a look at our sync after this. All the rulers we have succeeded in summoning are now in frozen state. The data itself hasn't been deleted, so they should be able to participate in combat. But anything else, like calling them up inside the stern border to ask for advice, is impossible. That might be the correct way to utilize the ruler class, as sad it is. Yeah. The fact that they can still participate in combat means the bonds themselves have been broken. John the Arc Banner still stands on our side. We should take strength from that. Yeah. And then there's this. You're telling me Mash Q-Light turned from a shooter into a paladin? Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, making that big a deal out of is entirely correct. It's a very special class. Her humility is clashing against how proud she is over her class, so now she's bugging out. Anyway, could our techno advisor explain in detail how she changed? Her base power is the same as was as a shooter, but her position, or like the way she's seen, has changed. Mash is no longer a servant that transformed into a pre-existing heroic spirit to fight. She no longer counts as a heroic spirit of mankind, but as a knight of Kadia. And what duty does this title entail? It should go without saying, restoring the human order. Mash's second no phantasm is not a beam. It's a space-time interference that corrects and repairs. Any history that has diverged from official history, or any timeline that has become independent of it, we see a form of reshifting. And there is no such heroic spirit for this no phantasm, neither in the past nor the future. It's a weaponized reshifting. Yep, the original human order assurance measure, the grand order that enemy spirit briefly should have kept secret. Kadia's true ace in the hole, but before it went down the wrong path. So Mash had one more dose of good news to say it up for you. Allow me to explain this one. Mash, you're no longer a shooter. I'm sure you yourself understand the best. Yes, of course. But at the same time, you lost the right to Galahad Synchro. This probably has to do with how the Paladin class is so special. It's probably not even an extra class. Anyway, the point is, remember, the problem from before. That's not completely taken care of. I thought it might be. So you already realized it yourself. Yes, I had inking. That I don't know, that strange feeling being pulled away has completely disappeared. What do you mean, Mash? It's nothing, Senpai. How should I explain it? I guess this means I'll always be by your side, Senpai. Because I'm your first servant, after all. But I also have to warn you. This class will probably only last until you have reclaimed the human order. It's the final chance the world will give us, and once it's over, what'll happen? But Mash will probably return to being a totally normal girl. I don't have a single problem with that. Oh, you mean Spirit Alchemist you? Yay, then I'll always be able to see Mash in a wedding dress someday. I fear that's a bit too early to discuss. Anyway, congratulations, woohoo! Now all we have left is defeating the alien god. We headed to Antarctica after overcoming the 7 lost boats. Once we heard, but we were assaulted. But now that hindrance no longer exists, and if so, all that left is to press onward. As soon as we have finished our preparations, the final operation will commence. The fate of Penhemi history future hangs in the balance of this operation, or rather. If this operation fails, Penhemi history won't be restored, and so, even the past will disappear. All humans and their history will disappear. As a human myself, that's something I can't stand for. So we cannot afford to lose, no matter what. But the alien god is nothing before us. It is with that attitude that we now embark on this operation. Roger. Right, we have to make sure that this journey isn't remembered as nothing but hardship once it's over. Let's put an end to this with a smile. Oh, it seems that in the end, only I'm left. Goodbye, my original self. Goodbye, my ideal self. I know there's not much I can do about it, but it's still very lonely. I'm sure the two of them did all they set out to. Yep, that's me, alright. So I'm not going to cry, I'm going to smile. Smile and do my best. Smile to save the world. So that they can be at peace, knowing happily that I was here in their place. And so the order was resurrected, and the scales regained their balance. All alone, the girl managed to become inverted saint, shed a single tear. Just a little sleepy, she excused herself.
マスター、クラススコアの解放は進んでいますか？優れたマスターには。やあ、いらっしゃいだねマスターくん。
Oh, it actually is. You can actually grow her now. You can actually grow Mash now.
Sorosoro.
Where are those? Camelot?
いつか必ずなくしたものに報いるために導きの星よ、力となれ。正面叩き込む清掃の時間ですね。変わらず無駄ですね。これこそは我が父を滅ぼし邪剣クラレントブラスト友情兵器と認めましょう。タイミング合わせます。はち切れそうでしょ、はち切れそうでしょ。デッドカウント簡易測定好き放題扱ってはきなさの火薬の匂い。聖剣的確ですね。いいでしょう。アンチブラックバレル形成アコンパイシメジャーセットレコードカウンター逆説から新設へレイヤーセーフロック撃ちます。デイブレーヘッキリエライト正面叩き込むコッパ右セーフアップ穏やかに立ち
武田騎士
円卓の名において手がいい。
好き放題扱ってあげましょう。日向の火薬の匂い。タイミング合わせますよ。はいよーしターゲットもう外しません。ワンセーフ嵐落とす強く重く恐れずに立ち止まる
一方哀れなそこをどけ。聖剣よ共に
シールガードなりかけてお任せくださいマスター。敵かはい神明国名これは多くの世界多くの夢をつなぐ我らが誓い証明せよ。どうだカルデラス上下ワンツーキリエライトクルター
そこをどけ。
清掃よ果てを語れロンゴギリアの友情兵器と認めましょう。
立つ
喜びをし
デッドカウント簡易測定天罰それが正解でなくしても我が手に収まる平服せよ崇拝せよこれなるは神の一方我が会社知恵ある者はひれ伏すがいい。イズクーラセブンドライブアンチブラックバレル形成アコンパイシメジャーセットレコードカウンター逆説から新設へレイヤーセーフロック撃ちます。デイブレーヘッキリエライト
油断
コッパ右オラは無駄ですよ
立つ
無駄ですよ立ち無駄ですよ
乙女の加
よーし的確ですね。よーし正面叩き込む鋭く豪快にシールドバニッシュフルパワーですまっすぐに
聖剣よ共に
聖戦圧縮オラやガード
り果てに至れ限界を超えるバロンダイト
立ち止まる。私の死んで
的確です
この
ね。
私が平服せよ崇拝せよ。これなるは神の一行我の会社知恵ある者はひれつがいい。イズクーラセブンドライブシールドスタート。ぴょんぴょんぴょん。穏やかに無駄ですよ。穏やかに
引けがいい。
好き放題扱ってあげお参りしておきます。お参りしておきます。
的確。よーし、的確ですね。
正面叩き込む。ワンツーブンブンブーンキリエライトするぞー。
そこをどけ。
清掃よ果てを語れロンゴミリアド有料兵器と認めましょう。あ、これマスターおこ穏やか。ノーナツシールダーの名にかけて見ていてください。
はい、的確ですね。
我が手に収まる時だ。
神明、国名、これは多くの世界、多くの夢をつなぐ我らが誓い。証明せよ。どうだカルデースシールコントロールせーの強く重く恐れずに。見どころはある。
引けがいい。
この盾はカルデアの旅の成果であり、私の戦う意志の結晶です。そう簡単に破られるわけにはいきません。
What do I do with the coins?
「やあ、いらっしゃいだねマスターくん。地道にコツコツやる？そろそろクエストに戻る？やあ、いらっしゃいだねマスターくん。地道にコツコツやる？
You only get 20.
うーん。お任せください。よーし。見てよーし。はい。神明、国名、これは多くの世界、多くの夢をつなぐ我らの力、証明せよ。ロードカルデース。未来観測していますので、ライトハバーグム。強く重く恐れずに。無駄ですよ。無駄ですよ。一撃一瞬で終わらせる。石灰剣技開始。つなげ有名で止めましょう。残酷最悪。いいね。冗談手伝ってどこから潰したものか。シールドの名にかけてペットカウント海賊艇はち切れそうでしょ。好き放題扱ってあげましょう。日向の火薬の匂い。
君に全チップをかけよう。 頼むぞ。
聖剣、はい。
オーケー。
アンチブラックバレル形成。アコンパイシメジャーセット。レコードカウンター逆説から新設へ。レイヤーセーフロック撃ちます。テイクリーフキリエライト。正面叩き込む。
切り込む。
うん。あまり悩ませるの。だってどこから潰してんの。入れないの。ここから来るの。ほら来るがいい。はち切れそうでしょ。好き放題扱ってあげましょう。
リラックスリラックス。
決めたのに火薬のタイミング。
さてカウンティングオーバー。
聖剣パッと的確ですね。はい。アンチブラックバレル形成。アコンパイシメジャーセット。レコードカウンター逆説から新設へ。レイヤーセーフロック撃ちます。テイクリーフキリエライト。油断したんです。プレイした。わっセーフキリエライト。来るなー。簡単に終わる。死になさい。運命って残酷よね。恨まれたらそれまでってこと。ほーらゴミになーれ。
というんだい。
分断すべて見つめます。よろしい。私のシールガード投げかけて。
楽園の端にようこそ。
的確ですね。人類反
星の宇宙物見の楽園の端から君に聞かせよう。罪なき者のに通るがいい。ガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
新山幽谷経典道地海山名宝天神地。これと列挙天揺らすウトの鳴き声。名をよろずのノリとなり。これならどうだ。
おっと
死になさい。ほらやのさてどこから絶対対応見て。よーし的確ですね。おごりであっても高らかに。いつか必ずなくしたものに報いるために。導きの星よ力となれ。正面叩き込む。はあフルパワーでまっすぐに。
おっと
そういいでしょう。私の足元で許しを請いなさい。落ちよロードレスキャメロット。あまり悩ませない楽しくなるでしょう。領域装置展開します。
おや
的確ですね。
ご要望とあらば切り込む。
未来観測していますので。
切り込む。おっと
モルゴー痛い。この剣にかけて着陸。 さてどこから潰したものか。
楽園の端にようこそ。
はい。
星の宇宙物見の楽園の端から君に聞かせよう。罪なき者のに通るガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
おごりであっても高らかに、いつか必ずなくしたものに報いるために、導きの星よ、力となれ。これなら
猫の手のがま
分断する。ショータイムね。ほら、もうおしまい。これがあなたの慣れの果て。有料兵と認めましょう。簡単に終わりません。さてどこから潰したものか。幸福感とこの私がご冗談を。平服せよ、崇拝せよ。これなるは神の一方、我が会社。知恵ある者はひれ伏がいい。水くんがセブンドライブのような浴びるように。ね、それでターゲット外しません。ひょんひょんひょん。無駄ですよ。死になさい。無駄ですよ。剣だけだよ。無駄ですよ。モルゴー簡単に終わらない。タイミングアウト。はち切れそうでしょ。日向の火薬の匂い。デッドカウント海測定。よーし、この私がアンチブラックバレル形成。アコンプレッシュメジャーセット。レコードカウンター逆説から新説へ。レイヤーセーフロック撃ちます。デルプレイヘッキリアイト。正面から叩き込む。ひょんひょんひょん。無駄ですよ。一旦下がります。あ、これ無理ですね。弱い。
That was enough.
手に入るよう強きはそれあまり悩ませない。楽しくなるでしょう。はち切れそうでしょ。はち切れそうでしょ。シールダーの名にかけてタイミング合わせます。天罰見ていてください。幸福お任せくださいね。ご人類反省。平服せよ、崇拝せよ。これなるは神の一方、我が会社。知恵ある者はひれ伏がいい。水クーラーがセブンドライブ。新山幽谷、経典同地、海山名宝、天神地。これと列挙、天揺らす。ウトの鳴き声、八百万のノリとなり。おごりであっても高らかに、いつか必ずなくしたものに報いるために、導きの星よ、力となれ。周囲の敵対、危険反応、オールクリア。私たちの
マスター、クラススコアの解放は進んでいますか？クラススコアを解放することで
優れたマスターには幸運がついて回ると言います。いえ、私が今そのように思ったというか、とにかく資源獲得です、マスター。しっかり貯蓄しておきましょう。
There's a mission for this place?
ようこそレオナルド・ダ・ヴィンチの強化ラボへ。今日も元気に始めちゃおう。そろそろクエスト